Need help addressing boyfriend's lack of life skills. I, F18, have been living with my boyfriend, M22, for a few months now. I've been noticing that he doesn't seem to either have common sense or life skills. An example of this is when he mopped the kitchen and bathroom. The first thing I noticed when I walked in from work is that it stank of Pine-Sol. It was so bad I gagged. So I thanked him for cleaning the floors, but asked him if he maybe used too much or didn't mix it with water. He told me he didn't mix the solution with water and he used the whole bottle or else it wouldn't clean right. Okay. So I explained to him that when you use a concentrated cleaner like that, you should dilute it with water, and he didn't need to use the whole bottle. He got kind of cranky that I said something about it, but then moved on. Yesterday I noticed that the fuzzy bath mat was sitting in the bathtub soaked with water. I asked him if the toilet flooded or something and he said no. He was just cleaning the bath mat because that was the only way to do it. He said he was cleaning it because he didn't lift up the mats in the bathroom when mopping the floor, and they smelled of Pine-Sol. I told him they could have gone in the washing machine if they were that bad. He got frustrated and just left me alone though. These are just two related examples. I figured that since he had never mopped a floor, it was just a one-time thing. Well, I was doing the dishes and I was cleaning his mug he always uses. Well, he sees this and flips out because I'm using dish soap to clean it. Well, yes, that's how you do the dishes. Well, he said that now there's going to be soap all on it when he pours a drink in it. I explained to him that once I get the soap out and let it dry that this won't happen. He refused to believe me and practically threw a fit over it. There was no point in arguing with him because the mug is not a dish. The last example I will share with you was my breaking point. He had decided to wash our blender with the hose outside. While doing this, he took a chunk of his finger out with a blade. He came inside bleeding and I asked him why he was even washing the blender with the hose and he said that was the only way to do it. Ugh, I understand that we're young. I know for a fact that the way I do things sometimes isn't the right or best way to do them. But there are even more things he does that I'm not typing out because I think y'all get the gist of it. I just don't know what to do. I've tried confronting him about it and he just screamed at me about how he has more life skills than me. It's killing me because he's not working and I'm working, going to college, and trying to keep up the place with no proper help because I can't trust him to do things properly. My mother always told me that if I want something done right and to do it myself. But I don't think that applies here. I don't know how to talk to him without him getting angry. But it would be a huge help if he could do some of the chores around here the right way. Please help. Thanks. TLDR. My boyfriend has done some things over the past few months we have been living together that shows me he has a lack of basic life skills and or common sense. How do I confront him about this? Edit. I'm trying to reply to everyone's posts. I will be at work soon, so I'm not ignoring anyone. I'm trying to get as much advice as possible. I don't feel that the issue is with the actual acts as much as his responses to your input. Yes, he needs to learn how to do things, but he should not get upset, throw a fit, or say he has more life experience than you. Particularly the phrase that got me was that was the only way to do it in regard to the blender fiasco. He seems extremely particular too, like with the mug is not a dish. These are not good signs. Healthy responses would be, oh, okay, I didn't know you could do it like that. Thanks. Or to laugh it off and say, sorry, I've never done X before. Now I know. Communication is key in anything. I just don't think he's going to listen to you. I hope I'm wrong. I would address the attitude more than the actual chores. You'll need to leave the conversation open for the case-by-case basis stuff. Lol girl, this guy is 4 years older than you and you are having to look after him like he is your toddler son. He sounds lazy, based on his mom saying he'd prefer you do chores for him. And you can't use dish soap on a mug because a mug is not a dish. The examples of his bungled chores that you detailed here are like Three Stooges level comical. Is he this dense in other areas of life? You've gotten yourself into a pretty bad situation living with this dude. Now you're stuck doing all the cleaning, housekeeping needed for two people, on top of undoing all the chores he fucks up. You should try and get out of this living situation and then take some time to seriously reevaluate your relationship. I just don't know what to do. I've tried confronting him about it and he just screamed at me about how he has more life skills than me. It's killing me because he's not working and I'm working, going to college, and trying to keep up the place with no proper help because I can't trust him to do things properly. End this dog shit relationship. Your boyfriend is an angry moron. Do you want to be with an angry moron? Your age is somewhat concerning. 4 years is not a lot, but 22 is very different than 18, especially since you are living together. I hope your relationship was just moving fast. One thing I will say is going forward, don't let him convince you that this level of communication is normal because this is an adult relationship. His refusal to communicate is a big red flag. So taking out the ridiculous level of knowledge, you two have different cleanliness standards. If you're going to live together, you have to work that out. If you want to salvage is look up courses like Food Safe. Part of that includes hygiene levels, at least in the kitchen. Then say, hey, we have a disagreement about cleaning. I think we should both take this and get on the same page. But I have a feeling he will refuse. Please know you can't save a relationship if you only put in the work. Don't put yourself on fire to keep someone else warm. Be direct but not mean. Hey, I wanted to talk to you about the cleanliness of the house now and how you handle chores. Can we discuss? Quote.
Why isn't he working?
There are instructions on the bottle of Pine Sol. I am sure that he owns a device that is connected to the internet where he can look up how to do things. This is not rocket science. Girl, if he is pitching a temper tantrum over you giving him instructions, I would be at least a little concerned that he is trying to set you up to do all the cleaning. Keep your eye out for those red flags and remember that you are only 18 and there are plenty of different fish in the sea. Holocaust denial. White supremacy? Leave this guy now. This is the start of domestic violence. Because sure as shit his beliefs do not equate egalitarian values. Men don't beat their wives on the first date or they'd never have wives. Leave before it escalates even further. Sounds like it's time to break up with this fool who won't bother to listen to you. Good for you for all of your hard work with a job in school. You deserve better. It would be one thing if it was just cluelessness. The anger and stubbornness is the problem. I suspect he's deliberately fucking up and being an ass about it so that he never has to do it again. This is definitely a thing. Well, he doesn't know and doesn't want to learn. Are you prepared to spend the rest of your time in this relationship doing this? Because there is no magic wand we can wave to make him better. How do I confront him about this? Quote, you don't. You dump him and find someone better. Unless you want to play maid for the rest of your life and have a lazy, low-effort slob expecting you to pull his weight, too, while contributing nothing. Just run. Unless you want to spend the next years of your life teaching this 22-year-old how to adult. You are younger than him, so his age is no excuse. This reminds me of that guy who made his GF a frozen pizza and said, "Oh, I hate this part," before pulling the pizza out with his bare hands and screaming the whole time. Maybe he's genuinely a very stupid person. I'd assume laziness alone, you just wouldn't do it. Or he's being sneaky and doing it knowingly wrong because he can't be bothered and in the hopes you'll do it instead. Which it seems you are. Me personally, I don't have time for that. I mean, the instructions on floor clearer are literally on the back. But mopping a rug, thinking dish soap will stay in the mug. That's not just any regular type of stupid. Taking a kitchen appliance outside and using the hose to clean it isn't a lack of life skills. Girl, let me tell you from experience, this shit does not get any better. He will not listen to you when you explain how to clean it because, newsflash, he doesn't respect you enough to care change his behavior. It sounds like an extreme assessment of behavior based on quite a short insight into your life, but let people tell you the signs. Listen to them. Do not waste your energy on this man. You are frustrated and upset about it. He will continue to do things badly, wrong until you do it all yourself. Do you want that life? If it escalates, your ultimatum can be, I need you to listen to me when I explain how best to do X chore. If you can't do that without getting angry, then we do not have a future together. Chances are he will not care and you'll leave having dodged a bullet. He screams at you. This guy is insecure and real dumb. Why are you with him? He seems disinterested in learning how to be an adult. Do you really want to spend the next 10 years training him so he can be with someone else? Leave. Just get out. Those were the first red flags with my ex, and it became a relationship of constant mental and emotional verbal abuse toward me if I didn't do thing right or didn't do something. He thought I should like you. I was working and studying and trying to run the home too, as he wasn't very motivated to do anything that involved hard work on his own part. It sounds like you're dating Ricky from Trailer Park Boys. Redding, you're up. My first instinct was to ask if perhaps he was playing an elaborate prank, because this sounds like an elaborate prank. But then I see the Holocaust denier and white supremacy BS and no. Sorry, op. Your boyfriend is a dud. This relationship will bring no happiness. Even without the atrocious YouTube habits. Screaming at someone is not an appropriate or healthy way to deal with disagreement. This does not sound like a good relationship, nor is it likely to be salvageable, considering he is either unable or unwilling to talk about issues in a reasonable manner.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.